And in today's video we're going to be covering what I call the granny shuffle, or rather the imperfect pharaoh shuffle. And in essence it looks like this. We just get the cards, we can interweave them, and you can see that they are interweaved like so. And then they can be shuffled in via that manner, or as I like to do, the one-handed shuffle. And that's what we're here to cover today. So let's get into it. This is not, I'm not going to go into the details. I should also mention I'm not going to go into the details of the perfect pharaoh. I know there's videos for that, but I just want to give the basic shuffle so people can get excited about this. This will begin by having the deck in mechanic script, and then we will have our forefinger right here below. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide off about half the pack. Okay, we're going to use our forefinger is on top of the recessive hand. Forefinger is curled. The other three fingers are going to be just aiding second, third, and fourth. Thumb is at the back, just maintaining the cards right here. So we lift up and move half the deck forward like so. So it goes from here to here. Okay, it's stepped forward towards the audience. Now at this point, what we do is we use our forefinger, thumb on the left, and then the second, third, and fourth fingers on the sides. And so we grip it like so. So again, thumb, first finger, and second, third, and fourth with the recessive hand. The other hand is just using its thumb, so it's from here, curled, and then we lift it up right here. So now this is also mimicking it. So thumb, first finger, second, third, and fourth. Now what we're going to do beforehand is, and pinky at the back, I should now mention pinky at the back. You'll see why in a second. First what we do is we give it a tap, or we can do a little quick straightening. We need to straighten out the cards, because if we don't, it'll make this technique a lot harder. So we straighten on both ends. That's why there's a tap. You'll see a lot of people who do the pharaoh a lot do this thing. Maybe 1 or 2 taps, you straighten it out. And then the technique itself is quite interesting. We're going to make a slight V. Now it could be with the recessive hands packet. We're going to just make a slight V right here. Let me see if I can turn sideways and be able to properly demonstrate this. So we're going to just have it edged right here. There we go. So it's just a very slight V. And then we're going to rub the cards, as crude as it sounds, rub the cards backwards and forwards. And eventually you're going to see that the cards start interweaving. And it usually, in most cases, card for card for card, and you can see it like so. So let me actually raise the ISO just a bit so you can see it a little bit better. Let's see if it's about there. That'll help. So let me unstraighten it. So lift it up half as we covered before. Same position as we covered before. Thumb is lifting up from here, the packet. Pinky at the back. Give it a quick tap. And then we do a slight V. Hopefully you can see up close. Do a slight V. Now I'm doing this for the explanation purposes. Usually I do it towards myself, so you can see it. And again, I'm teaching the imperfect version, not the perfect version. I know there's all the techniques with Marlo and Vernon and everyone on that, but I just want to cover the basics of it. So again, I'm going to try to go as close as I can so I can cover it one last time. Slight V, so this one's straight, slight V, you can see it, and we just give it a little rub. And you want to use the right playing cards for this. Bicycle playing cards are great for this. Wood cards, or wood, like just, what would I say? There's certain brands that just aren't the best. Plastic cards, surprisingly, if they're straight, very straight, they're not like messed up in any way, can work well. So be mindful of the packet. So bicycle playing cards can do this very, very well. You can only do it with other packets so long before they start to fall apart. And eventually, after you do it like 1,000 times with even the bicycle, they can wear out. But it's a very cool shuffle to do regardless. So once we get that V, we push them in a little to maintain their structure so they don't fall apart. And then from here, we're going to cover like what we did in a previous video, the bridge. So 4 fingers in front, other fingers below, thumb on top. Now we curl or put pressure downwards so we can get that bridge right here, and that maintains it. If we loosen our grip on it or relax, and I put pressure, I can stop it whenever I want, but by releasing pressure, we can allow the packets to come together. Now what we can also do is, when we do the Pharaoh, so the imperfect Pharaoh or granny shuffle, whatever you want to call it. I just remember as a kid, I just call it granny shuffle. You just do this. You would see kids doing this and doing that. But we can refine it to be able to get a really, really cool shuffle. Mind you, people will still think that the cards aren't being shuffled, to which an extent, if it was perfect, you can make that argument. But it is cool nonetheless. And if it's a little bit big for your hand size, do it. You can push in the cards accordingly to adjust for the hand size. And that also can allow you to adjust for the right hand size, so you can do the middle finger and thumb. Other fingers coalesce, and you can do the one-handed shuffle, which I call the BA shuffle. So you squeeze, and then by releasing pressure whenever you want. Again, middle finger and thumb is mostly at it. I can just do it with the middle finger and thumb. I'll just do it with the middle finger and thumb to show and demonstrate. And by releasing pressure, you can shuffle it. And then with the other fingers there, it just adds to the sophistication of it. So it looks like a nice shuffle. Or whether you want to do it downwards, per se. Now, in context to controlling card, because I did want to apply this to Magic, you can actually have, there's multiple contexts. Let's say a card's in the center. Okay, let's say it's the 8 of spades. We dribble it on top, and we can dribble it by doing this. This was inspired, or this was loosely taken from Illusionist DVD. It was the Ninja Volume 1 or 2, I can't remember. Great DVD series, not sponsored, you should check it out. And then we use our thumb to lift up so we can get a break right there. Great technique. And then we can use a Daryl technique, which I covered in just the previous video, I think the last video. And we can do this gesture, hopelessly lost. And then use, then after we've done that, we can lift at the break and literally just go right into the imperfect Pharaoh shuffle or granny shuffle, whatever you want to call it. And then you can go right into a bridge and say the cards are really mixed, and yet we control that 8 of spades to the top. And in the same way, or a similar way, if you wanted to control to bottom, just get a break on it, below, square everything on top, so you add it to this packet, do the same gesture, hopelessly lost. And then you do, but you would have to turn sideways to do the shuffle, otherwise you'd be flashing. So you would, in this case, be mindful of your angles as you do it. Interweave the shuffle. You can then, using the middle finger and thumb, rotate the packet so you can show it from the front, not flashing that bottom, and then shuffle the packet together, whether it be two-handed, or one-handed, whatever meets your fancy, and you've controlled to the bottom. And this could also be just to maintain a card, top stock control, which should be apparent. Just do a shuffle, be mindful of where the 8 of spades is at, shuffle it, and you control it. One final thought is sometimes I get really lazy outside doing the full technique of how it would be done, and sometimes I just go forward with it, do a tap, and I just keep it in a grip like this, a very lazy grip where 4 fingers are right here, thumb is right here, and you can interweave it. It's not suggested, but I mean, an alternate method is an alternate method. You could still get nearly the same results. Not as clean or as thorough if you really want to do an impressive shuffle showing, hey, they're basically one for one. Like, you can show that every other card is stacked or nearly stacked. Mine are never perfect. That's why I go with imperfect pharaohs. But you get the general idea. So I hope this video was very helpful in the imperfect pharaoh / granny shuffle and being able to use it for magical purposes and therein to just have fun with it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.